Ooh. Dennis Rodman makes his acting debut. We saw Double Team, so you know what that means.
Now it's time for How Did This Get Made? We're gonna have a good time, celebrate some failure, not just be a hater, cause you know you wonder, how did this get made? Let's wallow in the mediocrity of subpar art. Perhaps we'll find the answer to the question, how did this get made?
Hello, people of Earth, and welcome to How Did This Get Made? I am Paul Scheer. Let me introduce my co-hosts. Jason Mantzoukas, how are you, Jason?
Well, Paul, I have a low fever.
A low fever?
A little bit of a sweats going on, so I don't feel great.
Well, I'm going to tell you, you're going to really enjoy your co-host today because she also has a low fever. Please welcome June Diane Raphael.
Hi, Paul.
How are you? How are you feeling?
I'm good. Right before this, I took some Robitussin.
I was in the car with you. I saw it all happen.
Oh, and are you upset? I'm sorry.
Wait,
sorry.
don't reveal our special guest.
I know I gave him a big hug, and I don't want him to think that I'm contagious.
No, I caught the fever.
I'm going to take my temperature on the air.
Jason is now put. Can we get a picture
I
of this?
don't have a fever,
Get
though.
a picture of that?
I caught the fever, the double team. Oh, should I say that?
No.
I caught the fever of How Did This Get Made?
That's quick.
The temperature chart has gone off. If you're wondering who's talking, let's see.
99.1.
91,
that
not
is a low
temperature.
fever.
That's not real.
I mean, it's barely a fever, but I feel...
You can go to
I
school.
feel shitty. I feel like really like... Brr.
Well, just
But
to
you're right,
introduce-
that's barely a fever.
barely a fever. Nothing to complain about. And to introduce our special guest you've already heard, please welcome Owen Burke. You know him from the amazing Earwolf podcast. Owen and TJ read the news. Welcome,
Hello.
Owen.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. I'm a huge fan of the show and of movies in general.
And are you excited about getting sick from these two people that you're sitting in between?
I can't wait because I'm getting on a plane tomorrow. And
Where are you going?
I'm going to San Francisco
With me.
Oh.
with Paul Scheer.
Sketchfest?
Yeah.
We
Yes.
call it Frisco, and until I just keep calling it Frisco until someone pushes me down a flight of stairs.
Well, normally I would be nervous when two of the people on this show have a low-grade fever or not feeling well, but I honestly believe this is one of the best movies that we have ever done.
It is. I was blown. This movie was mind-boggling.
Everything about
I
it.
couldn't figure out what was going on. It was...
At first, I thought it was like a video to learn a new language or something. It was like a how to teach English to people from the Eastern Bloc or something. It's
Well,
like
that's true, because it's also like, in what world is Van Damme's name Jack Quinn?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
in what universe?
Well, this is the
that
same
his
problem
name?
we had when he was in Street Fighter.
Yes.
Right? Which is...
He was a very American.
Are we to believe he is an American?
Right.
Or is nobody going to speak up against this?
And
It's
you
the
know
same
these-
thing that they do with Schwarzenegger. Like, he's the sheriff
Yeah.
of a small town in Mexico. It's like, no,
But I
he's
guess
not.
I feel like with the names and stuff, once you know your actor's Van Damme, like, why not just adjust it?
There's Petro or something,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. What does Jack Quinn give us? you
Well,
know?
and he...
Because they say his name once, like right at the top, and they're like, Jack Quinn's going in, and he's got to get this plutonium, and then in 14 hours, and then he gets to retire. And
Well,
it's like,
that
really?
was... Well, this is my
I
whole
couldn't
problem with the
figure out
movie.
I
the
didn't
cold
understand that
open
beginning.
even remotely.
Well, here's my thought. Like, I think what they thought was the movie originally started out with Jean-Claude Van Damme by the pool with his wife, and then he gets caught up in this thing. But that's like 30 minutes until the first action scene. So like, oh shit, we need to like tack on a James Bond thing, because literally the movie opens with like, this is his last mission. And then after that, it's like, hey, why don't you come back for your last mission?
Yeah.
Like, it's like there's two
Well, I
last
also
missions.
couldn't make heads or tails of that. He steals a cool truck with, I guess, plutonium in it. Is that the deal?
Yeah.
Well, he's
they don't
stealing
say-
it from Starved.
But I couldn't tell anything that was going on. I didn't know who was who. They're talking about names, and I couldn't tell who was the names. And I literally wrote, I was like, it's minute 2, and I'm already confounded.
Because they also are doing it, it seems like all post, like all ADR.
It's all
It's like,
ADR. The ADR budget on this was insane. I actually, like, when I was watching, I'm like, you could watch the whole first scene, you're just like, this is all ADR.
Yeah.
And then it's like, anything that comes out of Rodman's mouth is all ADR. Like, there's shots of him point blank where his lips aren't moving, and it's like, we gotta get out of here. And it's just like, it's almost like he's Charlie MacArthur in Chester, or something, like he's a ventriloquist. It's like, and sometimes I think Jean-Claude Van Damme is doing the lines for him. It's like, Jean, while you're here, why don't you just do Dennis's lines?
lay it
He
down.
hasn't shown up. Just do them, because they're imperceptible.
Well, my favorite part, and I will say I did enjoy the movie quite a bit.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Experience.
Gosh.
I loved it.
Really wonderful. But the best part of the cold open is in the end when he drives. He sort of, I guess, gets away from
Yes.
what I don't really know. I don't know what the stakes. I didn't
Well, no,
know
he's
what was
stealing
happening.
that truck.
Okay, so he's stealing the truck with the plutonium in it.
Yes.
Okay.
Which,
I
of course,
guess.
you smash through walls and through people when you have plutonium.
That was my biggest concern. Like, that truck is brutalized. It, like, at any point, that could just
He
be
drives
gigantic.
off of a cliff.
He drives off of a
He
cliff.
drives it down a
But
cliff
then when
face.
he finally is like out of danger's way, he just sort of drives into a forest or a street
Yeah.
as though no one's ever going to notice
Yep.
This
him.
giant truck of plutonium.
I've never seen a truck so big. I mean, it was the most unusual machine.
My only knowledge of plutonium comes from Back to the Future, and it seems
course.
like you must carry those things in very specific ways, and in some sort of a case that
No,
has some-
it seemed very irresponsible what he was doing.
And why was there so? Can you even have that much plutonium? Like,
Well, what I
just
was wondering
loose?
too was at the beginning when he steals the truck has like a hitch on the back, and there's more truck.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
Yes.
that gets lost along the way, and I was like, "Isn't that where the plutonium
Yeah.
is?"
He doesn't care. He just has to get out of there. It's like, yeah, there's the plutonium. I'm just going to drive.
And so then we just cut to 3 years later.
3 years later,
3 years.
south of France.
Well, this is what I love. I loved this house in the south of France because it was on this like cliff peninsula, this beautiful castle with a pool,
know what you're gonna
and then a
Except-
guy climbs up the cliff and he's like, "How did you find me?" Maybe because you're in the most exposed house in Europe.
The other thing that I thought was hilarious is it's supposed to be like this remote location where nobody can find him. And there is a train that is going on
Yes.
right
Okay.
behind the house. A train.
I saw it go
This
right
is
A
by.
large train
Yeah.
goes right by them.
They live by the tracks.
They live by the
But
train.
here's the weird thing. I thought that must come back
Nope.
because otherwise, why would they ever just shoot it with the train there? Like, why? Why?
Fantastic question.
It never comes back.
Or why not wait to get the shot when the train isn't
Sure.
there?
The light is perfect. The light.
That's it. I was like, the train can't be there all the time. The train just happened to pass in that shot. You do another take.
Nope.
No.
Jean-Claude
Holds
works.
for the
That's
train.
it.
Nobody will notice the train.
I really think that this was all tied into like some sort of like Perillo tours or some sort of European tour company. It was like we can go to Rome, we can go to all these locations. It's all set up, and you have to write the movie around these locations.
I like. There's so much again in this movie that is so kind of shoehorned in where you could have simplified this whole
yeah.
movie could be so simplified. He doesn't have to be retired.
Nope.
That doesn't come into play really that much at all. All he needs
No,
to be
you're
is a
right,
secret
because-
agent with a pregnant wife. That's it.
Yep.
Start the movie there and have this guy.
Because there's no sense in the rest of the movie that he's struggling with being back in the game
No.
or.
No.
Not at all. He loves it instantly.
Yeah.
The only thing
Yeah.
he's struggling with is dialogue. That's the only thing he's struggling
Well,
with.
he immediately accepts the mission. The second.
His
last
wife
mission.
is pregnant, by the way.
ready to give birth, and
Well, by the way, that I had a problem with that. There's a huge plot point that, he's sort of racing to get back by her due date.
36 hours.
yes, that's the other thing.
6
She's
hours.
gonna give birth.
But how does he know? I mean,
Wait,
look, it's
wait,
very
I
rare that
missed
you
that.
actually give birth on
Does
your
the
due
movie
date.
take
No, you
place
never
in
do.
36
You never do.
hours?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, but the colony doesn't happen
But
at the
that's
same
no.
time.
That's what he said. He'll be back in 36
Oh,
hours.
I'm sorry. Got it.
And-
Okay,
He'll be
sorry,
back
Jim.
in
Go ahead.
36 hours. No, but I was going to say it's a pretty flawed plot device that that's the timeline we're working on when most women do not give birth on their due dates.
Yeah, know how
At
many
all.
weddings I've missed because of my baby's birth? I've missed every wedding just because it's like, oh, she's going to give birth that day. No, it's 2 weeks later and I missed
But
fun weddings.
It's not. I don't even think it's like she's gonna get.
A real life regret.
Yeah,
you know
really.
what? I miss a lot of open
Wow.
bars, and after parties.
I don't think she was giving birth in 36 hours. I think he was saying to her, "I'll be back." Not like Schwarzenegger, but he's
No,
like,
because
Although
there's
Dennis
another-
Rodman does do an "I'll be back" that
does.
is like Schwarzenegger.
Yes, well, of
later in the
course.
movie.
Later on in the movie,
No,
though,
because
they
the movie-
he talks about what day is it, and he writes the birth date, and
But I
Yeah.
mean, if she's giving birth in 36 hours, this movie spans quite a long period of time. She doesn't give birth until the third act, which is
No,
months
I think
later.
because she also doesn't look. She only looks a little pregnant.
Yeah,
I don't
He's just
think she's-
promising her 36 hours.
Yeah, I think
and he'll
he's
be
saying
back.
that's all it's going to take to clean this mess up.
Yeah.
and then I'll be back. Don't worry.
so when he when he's in the colony and he writes that butterfly in the calendar,
But remember,
what is that date?
Remember, there's multiple pages of months he's tacked up.
Like that's 9 months.
You know what I mean? It's
That's
I
her
don't know.
due date that he's writing in advance. That he's got to get out
but,
by then.
But eventually she does give birth on her due date.
Yes.
Yes. But that's months later. It's
Yeah.
not 36 hours
I know,
later.
but
She had it
I
sched- but she had it
understand that.
scheduled.
I'm just
She had
saying,
it
like,
scheduled. They were going to induce.
There's a C-section.
right. I'm just saying the stakes seem to be that this birth is going to happen right on that day.
I think that there's a little bit of
Oh.
an issue. All right, so
see.
you're just saying that you don't like that the whole movie is driving towards
toward this one day,
an
that's
exact-
really kind of arbitrary.
I think the movie has a little bit bigger problem.
Well, I think the biggest I think what's driving him isn't to get out of the colony for the baby's birth. It's because Mickey Rourke sends him the message, "I have your butterfly."
Right.
Yeah.
Well, no, because she is
Right.
she's an artist, and she makes big steel sculptures
Yes,
and all
she's
of this.
a wonderful artist.
And it's like he loved this giraffe or camel, whatever it was. And
It's a
like,
swan.
A swan, and he really
yeah.
loved it.
Your
And
swan
then
is beautiful. You are beautiful.
He loved it. He loved it. And then since he's been gone missing, because he goes missing in the middle of the movie, she's like, "Yeah, I'll sell that." She doesn't have any connection to it.
Yeah.
Like, no, there's no nostalgia for her. She's like, "Yeah, I'll sell that to you. Whatever. I'll meet you in Rome. I'll sell the thing my missing husband loved."
Well, here's the thing. Even like before we even get to the fact that he messes up this mission, because so he goes to like Antwerp to
Yeah.
to
I
kind of
love how they're like go crazy to show you how weird Antwerp
well,
is.
and he
There's
goes
like
to this
scuba diving go-go girl.
Well, like he's watching a scuba diver go-go dancer, and then he's reflecting on his wife,
Yeah.
which I thought was really odd. It's like he's going to a strip club, just looking at a stripper, going like,
I
great
do that
times
all the
with my
time.
wife.
I go to strip clubs on my
I don't think
anniversary.
that's so weird.
My favorite when the guy comes to tell him, "Hey, you got to come back. You got to do one more mission. You got to get Stavros. You're the only guy that knows him." And he's like, "Okay, I'll do it." And then that guy goes back, the company man, whatever. He goes back and he gets in his car. Stavros is in the car waiting for him, and says,
this I didn't understand.
He says, "I left a little something for you in the back." As he exits the car, and it's a bomb. And the guy starts to freak out, and then locks himself in the car.
Yeah.
Locks himself in the car.
He locks himself in the car.
It's a panic. It's a panic. And
How
those
could
buttons-
Stavros have counted on that? The guy could have, if the guy wasn't a dummy, he could have just easily gotten
I thought
away.
Stavros
He's a
did that.
grade A klutz. He knew it, and that was part of the
They
plan.
show his elbow accidentally pushing down the lock of
And
the
if-
car.
No, sorry, go on.
No, if I'm I may be mistaken, but I thought the bomb said he had 60 seconds to
Yes.
get out of there.
Yeah.
That's a lot of time.
Yeah, and
That's
you
a
know
lot
what
of
happens?
time.
It goes off in like 13
Two.
seconds.
Yeah.
It's like 59, 58, 1,
Here's my
boom.
question. Why did Stavros set that all up? Like, I didn't
He
understand
wanted to
what
get
he was setting up.
He wanted to get Van Damme back in the game.
Yes.
And he used this guy to get him, and then he blows up the guy because the guy doesn't have power locks. And so he knew that this guy drove a Honda Civic Value.
Oh, wait a
package.
minute. I have a question about that then. So did Stavros hire that guy to
what I
get
didn't
to
understand.
motivate
No,
Van
no,
Damme
no,
back
no,
in the
no.
Oh,
game?
I have no
No,
idea.
no. Stavros is orchestrating this whole thing. Stavros is like, I need to show my face to get Van Damme back in the game because I need to get my revenge on Van Damme for stealing my giant vat of plutonium. And so he just knows this is going on. So I think that killing the government agent is sort of like what Stavros does. It's neither here
Oh,
nor
okay.
there.
So the guy wasn't working for Stavros.
No,
okay,
no,
good.
because he
Okay,
was
good.
like, I hate you. He was like upset.
Yeah.
Now, so the plan to kill Stavros is that Stavros is going to show up at an amusement park on the rainiest night of the year. Clearly, by the
Well,
way,
it hasn't stopped anyone else from showing
No,
up at a
no,
music park.
it is a packed night.
Packed.
By the way, this movie, if there's ever been a movie where there's animal cruelty, I know we've seen it in the past in different films. This one definitely takes the cake. We'll get to a lion later or a tiger.
By
Yeah.
the way, how
But-
about like the way the movie deals with both animals and babies?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
babies
A
are.
lot of
A
babies.
lot of babies,
lot of
and
babies.
bombs, and women too.
A lot of
Yeah.
women get killed, and you know what? Here's the thing: like, there's this big shoot. They meet up at this amusement park to kill Stavros. He won't take the
pouring rain.
shot because Stavros' son is there. But then a shootout happens, and the son gets killed, and then
Everybody gets killed.
But then everyone gets. But people are still riding rides. Like people are like still strapping in rides, standing in line for rides. Like, oh, look at that gunshot!
Wherever they are, mayhem explodes. Like when they're in Rome in the big square where there's a wedding going on, wedding patrons are just being mowed down by machine gun fire.
And there's a lot of shots of women. This is at the amusement park and at the wedding where women are being killed from behind.
Yeah.
Like a lot of women die from gunshot wounds to the back. And
Well,
then
they're
fall
running
forward.
away. They're running away and they get shot in the back by like just crossfire.
Yeah, that's just not something you see every day.
No, just lie down. That's why I was like, just lie down. Why are you still standing in line for the tilt-a-whirl?
My favorite thing before they get to the amusement park is when we have the Dennis Rodman introduction.
Yes. Let's just play it and we can talk about it. This is going to be a Rodman banter, some classic Rodman banter.
Who are you? I'm the man. You? I hope you don't judge a person by the way they look. I hate that.
Who does your hair? Siegfried or Roy?
The last guy made fun of my hair. He's still trying to put his head out of his ass.
I don't want to know about your sex life.
Well, this has been fun. Now, who the hell are you?
Jack Quinn.
The energy is exploding.
It's almost like the director was like, okay, between sentences and between exchanges, I want you to take a full beat.
Yeah.
So we really want to lengthen this out. We really want to, they're punctuated by silence.
I don't want to give anyone some real how their relationship grows, but like what I notice is that their relationship starts with indifference towards each other, and then as the movie gets farther along, they're still indifferent. They're just standing closer to each other. They're still have the same indifference. They never connect at all.
I have to say, why does he ask about his sexuality?
Well, I feel like in this era, it was sort of like because we were introduced to Dennis Rodman getting like a belly button piercing,
and his hair is all crazy, and he's covered in tattoos, and he's
so that's just a homophobic remark.
Yeah, well, I think that was like a big like Rodman at the time, like how his style on the court and everything was very questionable. Was very like he was in the Madonna sex book.
Yes.
There was a lot of there was a lot of stuff going on.
And a very stuffy American agent like Jack Paul Quinn.
Yeah, an all-American guy
is not going to stand for someone like Yaz. That is Dennis Rodman's character's name, Yaz. And Yaz, by the way,
Dennis Rodman did a fine job.
Wow.
What now?
I thought. Look. Dennis Rodman is a basketball player.
Yes.
Are
you sure?
Yes. For what he had to do in this film, I thought he did a fine job.
I thought he got better.
I thought he did a fine job.
There's that scene when he knows that Jack Paul Quinn is dangerous, and he's like, I don't know. And then he like touches a wall with his hand, and then it's just all dialogue from the back, like from the back of his head, like, I know you're dangerous. And then it cuts to him. But what the hell? I like danger. It's like he just changes his mind on a dime.
By the way, I have a bigger issue with the writing because I didn't understand why all of a sudden he was joining forces with Jack.
Made no sense.
There was no incentive.
But by the way,
because
Jack,
it was a family, because his son was in danger.
But Jack, but first of all, let's even get to the reason why they even meet is suspect. Jack Paul Quinn works for the government. He's doing a government hit. Why does he have to go to some weird arms dealer to get weapons? Like, this is a government hit.
Well, no,
right?
because he's working. He says he's working for the good guys now. So I assume he was like Van Damme's contact in Antwerp. He's like he's working with the CIA or the whoever it is.
I mean, but he also looks like he's probably selling weapons because he like has a room that's like Victoria's Secret or something. It's like or Betty Page shop. It's like black and white pictures of like women in lingerie that you press, the doors open, and there's just tons of weapons inside.
Yeah. Weapons that they have no problem setting off in the very small room. They're just shooting stuff,
bombs,
throwing grenades, like crazy.
I gotta just say, generally throughout the movie, no police ever come. There's buildings exploding. There's never a fire truck, never an ambulance, never police. No policeman's ever like, what's that going on around the corner? Was that an explosion? It's just like they get to do whatever they want when they're in the hospital.
It's Europe.
There's not
People
even a
are
doctor.
cool over there. There's a lot of hospitals in this movie.
Lot of hospitals.
And there's no hospital staff
There's
at night.
none.
Ever.
It's
no
like they all go
staff
home at 5.
all.
They're just babies crying alone. There's no nurse
That was
watching
really-
them.
Empty
that was the
building.
And they
scariest
also
thing of
turn
all.
off the lights, it seems like, in these hospitals, too.
Apparently.
It's like, all right, well, we'll keep the babies in the nursery. Just shut off the lights. They'll be back in the
Don't
at
hook them
9.
up to any monitors. Just let them roam around free in their
That was
baby
really
bins.
upsetting.
But again, I want to go back. I want to go back to Dennis Rodman. Like, so again, we're led to believe that Jean-Claude Van Damme is an expert, and like the James Bond, and he just casually pulls a grenade pin. He's like, "Oh, what's this?" Like, he's worked with grenades, we would assume. Like,
Well, this is some sort of like James Bondy kind of. It doesn't look like a
Yeah, it
grenade.
looks like a
Grenade.
gold ring or
Oh,
something.
okay.
But still, like they never show what it is exactly. Like
It
you
just
never
goes
get a
off right
clear
after.
shot of
Yeah.
like, wait, what did he just do? Like it's almost like so much was done off camera. It's like just pretend that you did.
Hey,
something.
don't we want to get an insert shot of the thing that he's pulling? No,
To me-
no. It's just a big pen. We didn't invent a thing. We didn't make a thing.
to me, I
No,
felt like
pizzas arrived on set. We're gonna go eat the pizzas now.
I feel like it is honestly like everyone did one take and they were all drunk and hungover from the night before
Yeah.
partying. Because when you look at Van Damme, like he has bags. Like he looks better now than he did in this movie. Like I feel like this is at the height of just like I'm drinking, I'm partying, I'm doing coke.
This whole thing feels like a tax shelter write-off, like that producers were renting out their own locations that they owned and just getting a tax rebate, and it just felt like, yeah, you know what, I'll do this, but nothing matters. It's not like it's not like they went out to make a movie. They went to like save money on taxes, international taxes, by making a movie.
And I want to talk about like when they were also planning the mission to assassinate Mickey Rourke. Have we said that Mickey Rourke is the bad guy? in
Yeah,
this
Mickey
movie?
Rourke is Stavros. He doesn't put on any kind of foreign accent.
It's
And
a
he's
weird.
Stavros.
He's
He's
Stavros.
Stavros.
They
And
should just switch
Jean-Claude Van Damme is Jack Quinn.
They should have switched the name.
Which is the craziest
Yeah, with
part.
a full Eastern European accent.
Here's the question: now, was he named Jack Quinn so that American audiences can relate to him, even
Yes.
though he's European, or is it for European audiences to celebrate an American hero played by a European?
No, I think,
he's
his name
definitely
was
an
Jack
American.
Quinn in the script, and
and I think they probably wanted Sylvester Stallone or they wanted somebody,
Yes.
Bruce Willis,
Yes.
and they didn't get him, and they got JCVD, and they were like, you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah.
Don't change it.
Like as
Doesn't
they're
matter.
handing out the sides for the day, the script
Yeah.
for the day, the actor's like, oh, we didn't change. Oh, it doesn't matter.
But they're setting up this assassination at one point in the movie, and they have like you remember in Back to the Future at the end when like Doc Brown makes like that incredibly detailed map, and he's like, okay, you'll go down Main Street and then you hit the thing. They also have a map exactly like that, like a 3-dimensional map of an amusement park, like to just be like a sniper hit.
Yeah.
Like there's no need for building 3D
They have
models.
models.
Yeah.
They have scale models of all the rides.
It's like Back to the Future style. They have a Ferris wheel. Like the Ferris wheel's not coming into play. Like why do they need
And
this?
I have to say, I kind of wish that Jack Quinn had shot Stavros' son. Because we didn't see who shot him.
No.
So,
Right.
so for us,
But
though,
wait,
it's like, the whole thing is predicated on like revenge now.
Well, what's weird
But
too is that
He didn't shoot him.
Yeah, Jack Quinn could have just shot Stavros.
Yes.
And game over, we're
That's
done.
it, a quick shot
But
is
he hesitates, and because he hesitates, like hundreds and hundreds of people die, apparently.
And no one ever gets in trouble. There's no sense of like, oh, that's fine. It's like, it's such a botched crime. But you're going to go to this, now you're going on vacation for the rest of your life. You just botched that. Hundreds of people died. Have fun at
Take
this
care.
resort. Have
Well,
fun
and
at
you're
this,
right.
like,
Owen, that gunfire, I would say, is going off. That whole sequence is like 10 minutes long.
Of everyone,
Oh,
because
yeah.
it starts in an
And
amusement park
people
and goes
don't
into
hear
a
a thing.
hospital.
Yeah.
Well, because they're all hopped up on cotton candy and funnel cake. But I want to talk about also the reveal of the child. They're like, okay, he's making contact. Stavros is making contact.
Who's that woman? Who's that woman?
And the child is underneath her rain poncho, like as if I don't know if
But
that's
the child is like 5.
But again, he's revealed by her essentially lifting up her skirt,
Yeah.
and a
Yeah,
child
you're
walks
right, though.
out.
Why, if he's going to see... Yeah, why wouldn't the child just be there the whole time?
I mean, isn't it the whole
What's
thing?
the
that
value of her hiding a
Maybe it
child
was 'cause
in
of
an
the
amusement
rain?
park?
Because of the rain?
get him his own pawn shop.
Everybody's riding rides. Everybody, you know what I mean?
People
Like,
seem fine with the rain.
No one stopped.
And by the way,
do you think they wrote the rain into it?
no,
or it
I
happened
think
to
they
be
only
raining?
had that amusement park that
Yes.
night, and it happened to be raining.
And they just get a close up on this tiger. A wet tiger looks like the saddest, sickest
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
They have a long shot of this tiger pacing. But now, if the meeting was for Stavros to meet up with his family, wasn't he prepared? Like, oh, I might see his like wife and kid. I'm going to get nervous. Like, that was.
He's not meeting like a contact at the amusement park, you know?
Yeah.
It's not like it makes no sense. And then he doesn't kill him, and then Stavros is the one who starts shooting. He's the one who starts shooting everybody.
Yeah.
Wait, but this is the part of the movie that I really was like, holy shit, this just passed into a new level of crazy, which was Stavros is talking to his son and the mother, and he looks over at the tiger, and the tiger looks up to where Van Damme is.
Yes. Yeah,
So
the tiger gives it away.
The tiger tips him off. The tiger is a wild animal in a cage that's like, hey, bro, look up there.
Have you
And
ever
then
seen
stuff-
Madagascar? These tigers are smart.
It was the fun. I was like, wait, does the tiger work for Stavros? This is ludicrous. And of course, Stavros pulls out a gun and starts, and instantly in one shot, shoots the sniper girl.
Yes.
Yeah.
The one who
Okay.
said she could
Shoot the dick off
Dick
a
off a
hummingbird.
hummingbird.
And
Which
she
is
gets
amazing.
shot through. I love these kind of shots where they shoot through the sniper lens
Yeah.
and it goes like through her eye. Like
Yeah.
it's like the shot is so precise.
Oh, that was we skipped over that. That was a great scene where they're planning in the scene with the map of the amusement park. The two lines we just said one that I loved, which was I can shoot
shoot the
with
dick
this.
off a
I
hummingbird.
can shoot the dick off a hummingbird.
It was delivered so beautifully.
It's so
too.
great.
So
but then the
amazing.
other one was the entrance is like one of the other guys brings Van Damme in and he's like, gentlemen, this is Delta One. Forget you ever saw him. I was like, well, he's still right there. We're all going to spend the rest of the day talking to him. Like, what do you mean forget you ever saw him? It was...
I couldn't stop thinking about those actors because as soon as I saw them, I'm like, oh, they're all going to die or we're never going to see them again. I'm like, oh, they're probably all staying in a hostel somewhere.
Yeah.
They're just local hired. They're
God.
just standing there. They've been there all day.
Now this, if you would think, so they go into the amusement park, then they get into a fight scene in a hospital where they're just throwing baby
in a nursery.
nursery
They get
baby
into
carriages
a fight in a nursery.
where they're
I
literally
didn't like that.
they're tossing babies in and out at each other.
Yeah.
And essentially Jack Paul Quinn is not going to let a baby get in the middle of it.
I love that there's a huge another grenade that goes off in that elevator, and then he pushes the baby out of the way, and the baby is unharmed, even though there's flames going all around him, and like knocked him out. But then the baby's like, it's like no,
This whole thing ends with Stavros getting away. The explosion from the grenade has knocked Jack Quinn out, and then he wakes up.
This is where I jumped off the couch and went, "What? What are we watching?" Continue.
He wakes up in the colony, which, for those of you who've seen the 1960s television show The Prisoner,
Yes.
felt an awful lot like The Prisoner.
Oh, it was such a direct ripoff of The Prisoner, and at this point you're just like, what is
made no sense. I was like, what is this groovy place for middle-aged men?
So they live. So
What's
basically,
weird about it is like it made no sense, but it was also my favorite part of the movie.
It was like the
I
Oakwood-
wish the whole movie was that.
It was like an
colony.
Oakwood Apartments for like ex-spies. It was just like
it was all spies who have presumably been killed in battle, like
Right.
the best of the best,
and like from KGB, CIA.
Oh yes,
FBI,
exactly. From everywhere. But now they all work for the Colony, which is a top secret spy organization that monitors the world for global terrorism, and then they are the last line of defense between everything and absolute chaos.
Yeah.
Right?
But they just analyze because they're never on the field. They can't.
No, they
ever
can't
have
leave the
to-
island.
They put on their virtual reality glasses and the very complicated system where they have to keep their hand down. Like they're in this like Dr. Strangelove war room where they're watching, they're getting feeds from everybody, but they have to keep their hand in one place at all time, which made no sense to me.
I just felt like that's a place. I don't trust those guys to stop terrorism. It looks like it's like happy hour all the time on a cruise ship. It's like
it's like a Mediterranean island is what it looks like.
Beautiful.
It was like that's where they shot Mamma Mia or something.
Yeah, it exactly looked like that. Their pool looked like that.
Yeah.
It's basically Santorini.
And they go like this, and they say, like, they get him, like, he wakes up, he's in this room, it's like, hey, hit this button if you want to live, and he hits the button, and then he's like brought into this Dr. Strangelove room, and he hasn't even gotten up to speed on what is even happening.
Oh no, he's
and
still covered in bandages.
And they're like, Jack, figure this out, or we're gonna kill you. He's like, wait a second, like, just like give him a little bit of time to catch up here.
I loved when he's got there's a great there's an introduction to all the ex-spies that are there, and he's like, oh my God, you're this guy. You died in this thing. And oh my God, you're this guy. And he goes to one guy, oh my God, you died in Lebanon. And he goes, Beirut, actually. And I'm like, Beirut's in Lebanon.
Yeah.
That is.
Here's my question:
Beirut is a city in Lebanon.
why?
Isn't it?
You died in a
Have I lost my mind?
No, you are.
Right.
Yeah.
But my question is why does the colony take these guys at certain points? Like, why did they take Jack Quinn?
Because he failed. Because he failed his mission.
Well, that was his punishment.
I didn't understand
his punishment
that. So,
for letting Stavros go was going to the island.
They show that little video before they say, if you want to live, push the button. They show him the video that says, you could have killed Stavros, you didn't, and so your mission was a failure. It's your fault. So now if you want to live, you're going to have to work it off, basically.
So
I would have liked to seen the guy making that video too, just in After Effects.
So everybody who's in there has failed at some sort of mission, and that's
they've all been killed, or they've all or quote unquote killed.
They've all failed. I think they've all failed.
Yeah, they all failed, or they've retired. And then there's that one guy.
They don't justify who put this together, though.
Oh, no.
Yeah, who's
who's in charge?
It's probably the Illuminati, right, guys?
But there's that one guy, I forget, like he hates him, and you're sort of like, oh, of course he. But like, why? They never say. It's just like, I don't like you.
Because
they used to be bad guys.
No,
together.
Because Jack Quinn says, I thought I killed him, and blah blah blah. So that guy hates him because Jack Quinn came very close to killing him.
Now they all are supposed to get along.
Now everybody's bros.
Now it seems to me like he has been.
By the way, there are no lady spies.
No,
lady spies. It's like a real sausage fest on this island.
For the most part, no spies under 60.
Yeah, they're all old. They're all old, like, and they're all like upper crusty. They seem.
Yeah.
It looks like like a place where the character from Sexy Beast would be, like hanging out. Like it's all these like.
Ben Kingsley's character or Ray Winston.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like it's a Tommy Bahama commercial. They're all just like chilling.
They're all in leisure wear.
It's like magic hour. It's like they got loafers on. They're like, oh, let's go solve some crime.
There's one guy while they're in the Dr. Strangelove room, like hooked up to all the computers, like looking at the footage of a downed plane or something. And there's one guy who's wearing like a green checked golf jacket. I was like, what the fuck is this? Does everybody get to choose their own garbage clothes? Come on.
They get to wear whatever they want. They're getting their leisure time. Now now this is where I'm confused in the timeline, because it seems like, all right, he has, this is again an ADR moment. He has failed in the assassination attempt. It's been more than 36 hours. He wakes up on this island. He solves the case. He seems to be on this island for a couple of days. And then you cut to that same rainy night where his wife is like outside by the pool. She runs in and answers the phone. It's like, hey, we want to buy your sculpture. And she's like, okay. But you could tell that in the movie.
Think that's the same rainy night.
I think what it is
really?
What I think it was is they ADR'd the phone conversation. They were like, your husband has been killed. Because she starts bursting out in tears. Like she's crying.
I know.
And I think they were like, oh, we got to like figure out how to get her to like roam.
Now, here's the big question. Was there a script? Was there a script, do you think? Or did they just like, oh, we have this location. What are we doing? Because the way you're talking about it, it makes sense now. You're like, yeah, it doesn't, nothing.
No, things don't add up. I think he was on the colony for months.
That's what I think too, because he was shaving off his fingerprints.
Sorry, I can't.
That was
go back to that.
But his face was so emotional.
Wait a minute, what?
When he was peeling off his fingerprints.
I had a really hard time with it.
When he used the razor.
Yeah, no, you really had a problem with that, huh, Jen?
Yes.
I couldn't look at it myself.
I could not look at that.
He takes an X-Acto knife and cuts off his thumbprint.
Yes.
But he has if you look at his face, it's completely emotionless. It's just like bum ba dum bum bum. He's just like bum ba bum. This doesn't hurt. This is not weird to me at all. I'm just like,
and he He perfectly. It's like in Goodfellas when they're in prison making the like shaving with a razor blade the garlic, so that it's so thin that it must. And he does that to his thumb, like the thinnest layer of just his thumbprint. It's perfect.
Let's just talk about. Can I just talk about the fancy hotel room workout?
Oh my God!
Like I was like,
that was amazing.
This is insane. Like it's just like a Pilates, cigarette smoking, whiskey. Pre-masturbation work.
There's like a tub lift.
The tub lift. Like, I was like, what is this guy doing?
It was such a great sequence, though. I loved all of it.
Wait, what?
I loved it. I
You loved
like
the training montage?
I loved the training montage.
The self-training montage. By the way, why did he even need to? I mean, I guess he needs to
because he was
self-train
injured.
Oh, okay. So he's
I think
because
he was so injured that he needed to get himself back in fighting shape.
They get him
Well, no,
shirtless a lot in this movie.
The thing
too.
was, he knew he had to get out of there. He was already sort of devising the plan to get out.
Well, that's
It was
because
so difficult to get out of there.
Yeah, he realizes
No
he
one
needs
had.
to get off the island. And,
But basically,
by the way,
it wasn't that difficult. All he did was jump off a cliff, swim to the thing, and hold on. That was it. Like all the
and shave off a fingerprint.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
he had to
and
get that thing that hit,
Yeah.
and then we got to talk about. I mean,
I'm very excited if you're bringing up. I'm bringing it up.
he's swimming underwater because he jumps off this cliff and he's got to swim to this raft to get on this the plane, the cargo plane to get out. And the guy who doesn't like him, we talked about before, swims up behind him. How did he know he was escaping?
In full
first of all?
scuba gear.
With the
Scuba gear.
scuba gear, where the lasers are happening and all that kind of stuff. Because there's
What, they
lasers that
set
prevent
up-
you from swimming.
Well, but the
And then
lasers
puts a
have been
bag-
turned off.
A bag.
He puts a
Yeah.
bag over his head, which would give him air. It would give him air underwater. You don't strangle underwater. Like, oh, this is great. Thank you for the air. No, it's like he's already doesn't have air. So you're giving him more air.
Well, what I thought and realized later I was wrong was what the upper crusty British guy tells Van Damme when he gets there is if somebody tries to escape, the Guardian is assigned to go and get them.
Yes.
Everybody has a Guardian.
Again, that would come into play. I mean, this. Well, we'll get to how it comes into play.
But I immediately thought, oh, his nemesis guy, the tall blonde Dolph Lundgren guy, must be his Guardian, and that's why he's showing up with the scuba gear, and he's going to get him.
wasn't his
In fact,
Guardian?
not the case.
Nope, not at all.
That guy just happens to be in the ocean scuba gearing?
He would have to know that because there's these
Lasers.
There's lasers there that prevent you from swimming, and they turn it off for that clock when the plane comes, so they can get the shipment. But so that guy had to go. All right, I scuba dive for 5 minutes a day in between laser stuff.
When the lasers come, I go down.
My
He's a big
recreation.
Who was his guardian?
The
The
other guy.
upper crust British guy.
Belloc.
I didn't realize
Belloc
that.
from Raiders.
Now, which was awesome. I want to also just bring up, and we'll mention it later when it really comes into play, but Coke definitely was a sponsor of this movie.
Oh, you think?
Because Coke plays a very pivotal role in the escape, but even a better pivotal role
in the finale.
Oh,
and it also plays a role in a fight sequence.
Yes, with the
Coke
cans.
is the hero in this film.
Oh yeah.
Coke in Europe. I mean, well, I guess it's true. It's a lot in Europe, I guess. But Jean-Claude Van Damme's character definitely drinks Coke, uses Coke a lot.
And we're not talking about cocaine,
You
guys.
should be.
Coca-Cola.
Now he's off the island. He escapes. They don't really show you how he gets off. Oh, yeah, he I guess holds the plane hostage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he gets to land it.
But
Wherever.
that was the craziest. That escape, like, it just made no sense. They knew they had to add one more thing of jeopardy, but it just, I think that at a certain point, they're like, yeah, I don't care. You know, just put him in gear and have him die this way. Like,
I have a
there's no
question.
thought.
Because now I feel like we're at maybe halfway through the movie.
I don't know if we're even
Why?
halfway.
Okay, well, I feel like it's just once we get to the end of the colony, that's sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Why is this movie
Midpoint,
called
second act.
Double Team?
Wait a second.
Hold on.
Because you got two guys. Dude, there's 2 and 1. They're
Because
doing-
him and Rodman become like a team up. And
That
it could have been
happens.
called
This is
Team
my
Up.
problem. That happens.
Oh, they also fucked that girl
so
together.
late in the movie.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, oh,
this
yeah.
movie is not a two-hander.
It's not.
With Rodman and Van
If
Damme
it wasn't
at all.
Rodman, you probably wouldn't. He wouldn't have been on the
It
poster.
really is it's only the last 30 minutes of the movie
That they team up.
that Rodman and Van Damme are a team. The first hour of the movie is just a Rodman, rather a Van Damme nonsense festival.
Well, here's a question. Do you think that they were like, this is going to be really exciting that Dennis Rodman is doing the picture?
yes.
And they were like super fired up.
We're going to let him wear whatever he wants.
He's a three-peat. Everyone
Yeah.
loves him. He's a winner. And then they just saw what kind of actor he was and like, all right, cut him out of this, and let's just make this
maybe.
a Jean-Claude Van Damme picture because it's like,
No, I think what it is they were like, we want Dennis Rodman. Let's shoehorn him into something. Like there was no way that
what I think.
there
that
was
there
no
was
way
a
there was like
script.
a guy named Yaz.
Yeah,
like, I
there
think
was
that they
a
wrote,
script that
really?
yes, that there was just his journey, Jack Quinn's journey to get his son and whatever, and then they shoehorned Rodman in.
I think Rodman is so
because he has no motivation to join this.
No.
This
not at all.
journey.
Like he does
get-
have the family motivation, but that comes after he says, "What the hell motivation?"
Yes.
Where he's like,
And there's
What do you
previously
mean the
there's the
family
money
motivation,
motivation.
though?
because
Oh,
he's like, "This is a picture of the sonogram of my baby."
But
And he
why
goes,
does Rodman care about that?
Because
because he's like a fucking
he's working for the good
respectable
guys.
dude.
then. let me ask you guys this. These are
He's like, why didn't you tell me that first?
Yeah.
I'm in.
Well, I just would love to talk about the fact that Dennis Rodman does speak in basketball terms, and they speak to him in basketball terms
They
as if he's a
parachute-
basketball player, as if he is a
They
basketball player.
parachute
Yes.
in a giant basketball.
What
they
was that?
They jump
It's his
out.
invention.
His invention is a basketball parachute.
It's his invention that he didn't want to go like Van Damme pushed him down into it. It was like, I don't want to do my own invention. And it's so weird because he's not a basketball player. He's a basketball player who's playing an arms dealer. So why would this guy love basketball references?
No.
Oh,
makes
and it
no-
doesn't. But
You
so
are
many
in
of
the-
his one-liners are like basketball zingers.
Here, listen to this one.
Oops, airball.
You need practice, man.
I hate practice, but I never miss twice, brother.
Didn't he get in trouble for skipping
That
practice?
was his whole
Yeah.
thing. It's all like inside
Oh.
jokes about him not
Oh,
going to
totally.
practice.
The weird thing though about that parachute, the basketball parachute, is that it doesn't actually. It looks like a basketball, but then
But
when
it doesn't
lands,
bounce
it
or
just,
anything.
Yeah.
It just
I
kind
thought
of
it was
opens
gonna-
up like
I
an
thought
I thought it
egg.
was going to
gonna
bounce,
bounce.
and I was excited about that.
And then Jean-Claude Van Damme leaves him in the field. He's just like, he pushes him down, but they don't work together. He's like, I'll see, go back to Antwerp. As soon as they land, he says, go back to Antwerp. Why push him out of a plane if you're not even going to take him with you? He's like, see you in Antwerp. And he's like, hey. And then this is what I tried. I rewound this scene a few times just because I didn't know what was going on. I was like, well, where is he? Where is he going? Whose house is this? I was like, is that Stavros' house? He never says. I was like, what
Yes.
point is this? It's just, he just goes to a house and he sees a
No.
baby.
No,
That
that's
was
his
his house,
That's
Owen.
his South of France train house.
that was the train house.
That was the train
He was
house.
going to see his
Wait,
wife.
that was
Yeah.
the train house?
Yes.
They blew up?
He
Yeah.
thought his wife. He thought
Oh.
she had the baby already.
No, he thought she would be there because he was trying to figure out what happened because Stavros,
Said he had the butterfly.
when they're in the colony, there's a terrorism act, and one of the pictures
There's a
Van Damme zooms in on, and Stavros has left him a message
Right.
spray painted on the wall. It says, Q, I have your butterfly. And but Van Damme doesn't say anything to anybody, and that's what
Which,
prompts
by
him
the
to
way,
escape.
is a giant, like that's a very elaborate plan that
Right,
he's going to
because how
graffiti
does-
Why
on
does
one
Stavros
wall.
think
No,
he's still alive?
Stavros knows he's in the colony? That makes no sense.
Is that
He
real?
never says anything about that. And how does Yaz know about the colony? Because he's like, remember when he meets up with Stavros and talks about his kids? Yeah, I mean, he meets up with Yaz. Yaz's like, I don't even believe in the colony. It's like, well, how do you even know about the colony? It doesn't even make sense. Like, why are you bringing it up? Like, no one asked you. No one asked you about the colony. Yaz?
Well, so he goes to the house though to see if his wife is still
I guess
there.
that makes sense because I was like, what baby is this?
That's what I thought,
Because
too.
his baby wasn't born, but I guess that makes sense.
But that was an elaborate plan
And
to
that
get
crazy
suck him in.
nanny?
That was
How about
scary.
that? He
That
really
was
is
scary.
He doesn't want to shoot that woman who is just
He has
straight
a
up
real problem
shooting
with it.
at him.
She set up a bomb to kill him, and
Yep.
then she shoots at him, and then she stops shooting at him for a while. Remember, he like shoots the other guys, and then it's like nothing's happening, and then he gets shot at again, like she would stop shooting.
Here's the deal: like when people are shooting at you, like even if it's a woman, you're allowed
gotta
to
shoot
shoot
back.
her.
yeah, she's paid. to do
James
that.
Bond has done it.
and then
Not only that, but she looks like a zombie.
Yeah.
She
Like-
weirdly looked like she was in like some sort of like hypnotic state
And what's the deal
Right?
with?
Why? I mean, she
Because
was.
she was in shock from the explosion.
from the explosion.
Yeah.
Oh, but it wasn't just her. Like I know what you're saying. Like she looked a little charred, but her eyes. She was like
She
playing
looked
a
a little
zombie.
charred. She was slightly singed.
How about the grenade that goes in a pool and all of a sudden it's the biggest explosion you've ever seen out of a pool? Fireball out of a pool.
There are no fewer than 15 grenades thrown in this movie, and depending on the location, they either make a very small explosion or like a Hiroshima level explosion.
Yeah, that one in the hospital like took up a whole hallway.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's a grenade. Go pop, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so bananas.
Can we talk about when Jean-Claude Van Damme goes undercover as like Jean when he
my
goes like he
God.
dresses like Robert Smith?
Oh,
That was
amazing.
Yeah.
Then, because he's sitting with all those goth people, and he's got this frizzy carrot top wig and these round sunglasses. Like he's got a boombox on his shoulder. Like I am just cool guy.
Oh my God.
Jean-Claude Van Gogh with Dennis Rodman in a zoot suit, kind of like, he looks like when the Fox in Warner Brothers cartoons gets dressed up to go out.
How
Like,
about when they steal a mini and Dennis Rodman's head sticks out the top, like a Mr. Bean cartoon or not cartoon,
Yeah.
Mr. Bean thing?
Can we? Yeah.
What was that about?
That was just like they're just having a good time on set. I think like, they're like, let's just play. There's something with that whole setup in the park in Rome when because it's like every agent is going to be there.
Yeah.
That the way they set that up, he's like, "What is your plan?" And Jean-Claude Van Damme says, "I have no idea, but I'm going to let Stavros do what he thinks that I'll do, and then I will be there when he does it." But it's like the most vague. It's like a kid trying to get out of
Okay, so
trouble.
then
And
Van Damme-
he says, "Are you going to send him an email message?" Yes.
And then he does on that device, whatever that was, and then
wait.
it says on the top of it, fax.
but now wait, here's the other thing too. Again, Jean-Claude Van Damme, we've seen him not take the shot when he has the shot.
Yeah.
We've seen him accidentally launch a grenade. He's touching too many things. And now we see him see his wife, and the only thing he needs to do is not make a giant scene and go, my wife, and run across the square and blow the entire mission. And he does that. Like, why?
Because he's just so emotional, I guess.
His wife is giving birth.
Who was the man on horseback shooting a machine gun?
Made no sense.
Who
have
in some
idea.
sort of like period garb? Who was that man?
It was impossible to
police
figure
officer?
out. Yeah, but it was impossible to figure out who anybody was and who they worked for. Everyone was just shooting at anyone. You're like, is that a bad guy? Is that a bad guy?
It was
Is that a good guy?
never clear to me who were good guys and who were bad guys.
And
The
by
only
the
good
way,
guys were girls who were shot in the back. You know, they were like,
Yeah.
oh, that poor person.
and the bridal party.
Yeah.
And we've never so far we're back in the movie. We're not even engaging in the idea that he's being hunted down by his guy who was trying to kill him from the colony. Like that is not really.
But that's barely present.
But that's what I'm saying. Like you would think that would
Oh,
be.
right. That only comes back at the very end.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
you would think that would be a motivator throughout the second,
Sure.
Right,
second
sure,
act or whatever.
sure. That would've been great.
Director's
That would've been
cut.
great.
The guy
Director's cut.
and the guy does follow him, but he doesn't do anything.
No.
He just sort of like follows him. He goes, there he is. Yeah.
until they spoiler alert blow up the Colosseum.
Right.
Then he's there to be
Okay.
like,
Well, okay. So even
Get out of here. That's
before
what it
that,
says. Get out of here.
This is my big problem. So I'm not sure when this happens, but he somehow gets to the hotel that his wife had been
Yes.
staying at, or under Stavros's watch, and he finds a label.
Prescription bottle.
No, it's not a bottle. It's a label that's
Stuck on the mirror.
it's on a
That's-
window.
Stuck on the mirror.
Oh, mirror.
Right there.
It's
Yeah.
a label that's stuck on a mirror that says Pitocin.
Right.
So I guess this is what I was trying to understand. Did they do that on purpose to draw him out to the hospital?
I'm assuming.
Yeah, because
No, but they
Stavros
had-
put it there.
But they also had to figure out what hospital had given women Pitocin in the last
But
crossed
who did
them.
they go to figure that out?
Oh, the brothers, right?
Cyber monks.
Cybermonk.
Cybermonks. In like when you buy it on iTunes and are watching it, all the little chapters are titled.
Yeah.
This chapter is titled Cybermonks.
Well, I wish it was Cyber Brothers because the entire time Dennis Rodman's like, my brothers are going to help us
Oh,
out.
yeah.
My brothers, and then you realize they actually are brothers,
Yes.
like Franciscan
Because they are
brothers.
monks.
And
Yeah.
they learn how to fist bump. That's the cutest thing. They learn how to fist bump. And then he says, we use the internet. And Dennis Rodman like rolls his eyes like, isn't this crazy to use the internet?
And by the way, their internet setup is akin to like the Adam West Batman computer setup.
Yeah.
It is giant and it is just massive.
how about before we continue on with Cybermonks, when he finds the Pitocin label, he then gets into a fight with a gentleman who has a switchblade in his foot?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's how he just holds a switchblade with his
I
foot.
couldn't figure that out for the life of me. Like, you've got a switchblade, cool, man. Use it in your hand.
And he jumps, and here's what he does. He like jumps out of his shoes.
Yes.
And then his shoes go crazy, and Jean-Claude Van Damme's like, what the hell? And then he goes, psh. So he had it in his shoe.
Yes.
Holding it in his shoe, in his thing. That's very uncomfortable.
But that's also a James Bond thing, because James Bond used to fight a woman who had a dagger in her shoe, and she would.
But this is on his
In
foot.
the shoe, I get. This
Right.
was he
Yeah,
was he was
Oh, right,
holding
yeah.
a switchblade
With his
between
toes.
his toes.
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
I guess
that's
we're
true.
to understand
My left
that
foot.
he's better with a switchblade by foot. That
You know
he's
what?
got a
I
better
don't know that
facility
that's
with it.
true. I don't know that that's possible.
But again, who made that decision?
Dead silence. Dead
Someone
silence.
had to go. You need to hold this.
I bet it was the
in
guy.
between your feet.
I bet it was the stunt man who was like, you know what I can actually do?
Put this in between my feet.
I could put this in my feet.
And the director's like, yeah, fuck it, let's do it.
And then the other thing that was strange about it was there's a guy in the hallway who has an El Mariachi style suitcase gun.
Yeah.
Yes.
That I was like, this has already been done, fella. Like we've already seen El Mariachi.
Well, no, not at this point.
Yeah.
And then he shoots.
What?
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
97.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
so. And
El
then he
Mariachi's
shoots, and
gotta
he
have
shoots
to be-
everything, and then the bellboy downstairs looks up, and then he goes, I'm going to call the police. He goes, are you sure? He says something like, are you sure? He goes, yeah, I'm just going to call the police.
Yeah.
It's just like so casual. And no police
Now,
come.
my question is: so his wife has been given pitocin to
induce labor.
Induce labor, and
Is it
on
thought
her
that-
due date. That's the big thing.
Is Mickey Rourke going to take the baby and then immediately kill it? Is that what we are led to believe?
I think.
Or just take it as his own?
See,
I think he's
this
gonna
is the
take
thing about
it-
Mickey Rourke's motivation. A part of me thought he may take this baby because he wants a son.
Oh, I think he's just using the baby as bait to draw out.
I agree.
Van
He's
Damme.
going to kill Van Damme. Like I think he ultimately wants to kill the baby and make Van Damme know the feeling
That's what I
he
think.
Yes.
feels.
Even though Van Damme didn't kill his
He
son.
blames Van Damme for the death of his
Okay.
son.
Yeah, he
for
doesn't.
sure.
He doesn't give a Van Damme what.
Oh, boy.
So there's a doctor.
I can't believe it took us this long.
There's a doctor who's taking care of Van Damme's wife, who for some
lady
reason,
doctor, which
a lady doctor,
in the 90s is almost unheard of.
sure, who for some reason becomes a good guy.
Yeah,
Was it
I
ever
couldn't
explained
figure
why?
that out
I couldn't
either.
figure out if she was like in on it or she was like a real doctor, and because it's so vague, and I was just like, what is going on? Is she in good hands or is she not in good hands?
There's so many.
Well, I
he
think
leaves
ultimately she was in good hands with her.
his plan. Stavros' plan is terrible. You know, like there's so many like completely circumstantial and coincidental things that have to happen in order for it to actually come to fruition. Like right after this, when he takes off with the baby, Van Damme catches up with his wife. The doctor turns nice and saves the wife's life. But then Van Damme chases him to the Coliseum. And in the Coliseum, Mickey Rourke's setup is there's a man versus tiger fight. He's going to say to Van Damme, you have to fight this tiger,
Oh, yeah.
but there's a minefield. So the floor of the Coliseum is a minefield, and you're going to fight this tiger. Now, if you're Stavros, can't you assume the tiger's going to step on a mine? The tiger doesn't know to avoid the
this
mine.
tiger's the one that kind of let him. He
Oh, I
became
agree.
friends
I
with
know
the
that.
Tiger. The tiger is very
The
smart.
tiger, I didn't even think about that. The tiger would have no idea where a mine is.
It doesn't matter. The tiger could very easily have been like, walk, 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 explode. Okay, that's over.
Well, how did
also-
Dennis Rodman move the explosives without blowing
he
up?
didn't move the explosives.
He moved the-
He just moved the little markers.
But he also, here's the thing too, like at the end, spoiler alert, that the whole, one mine will explode the whole Coliseum.
Yes.
So Mickey Rourke, by being there, would die anyway if
Right,
he
Van
stepped
Damme-
on.
That's a really good point,
and the
Owen.
crazy thing
That's a
is-
really good point.
I was waiting, and I don't want to give away the ending
No,
right
please.
now.
We're here.
We're there.
But it really is like I was waiting for him to like Van Damme. The movie starts off. He's so happy with his wife and his child, and like or that he's expecting a child. Then at the end, it's really like goodbye. Hey, Rodman, take care of them. Yes, take care of them. See ya. And he never reconnects with his wife and kid. That's the last you see of them. That was his whole
The
driving
one
force.
thing he would love to.
Yeah.
That he wanted to do more than anything else, and he's like, "All right, I'll see you later." And then it just ends with like Rodman with a burning Coliseum. They're probably going to blame me for this.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He goes, "They're probably going to blame me for this one too." Like
Yeah.
2? Like what did they blame you for before?
For all the, because he's a former Chicago
He also
Bull.
also Rodman says to the colony guy, well, I guess it's my turn to disappear. And I thought that was Rodman being like, take me to the colony.
Yeah.
And the guy's just like, haha, and drives off.
Yeah, he goes smoke screen and he throws down his coin. His
What
lucky
was that
coin.
about? Okay, I want to understand this. So, upper crust British guy has a gun pointed at Van Damme
Yes.
at the end. And he is the guardian.
Right.
And then but he says, I want a lock of your hair and your shirt. Is that because
Because he wants to
wanted
bring
to
it back to the
show
colony and
them
go, I
that-
killed him.
Okay, that's what he wants, right?
here's the thing.
Then why does Rodman throw the smoke grenade?
Because he seemed like he was going to let him go, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But here's the problem with the lock of hair and the shirt. At the colony, they seem to have video feed on every
yeah.
inch of the world.
And
yeah.
he already connected when he was with the cyber monks. He already connected with them and said, thanks for looking out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love Jimmy or whatever. And then they like smile at each other like, yeah, he's a good guy. Like, wait, no one's planning on killing him. They're like helping him.
Yeah, the colony appears to be helping him except for the Guardian.
Well, maybe the
And then
Guardian is really
is
helping
kind
him.
of helping him.
This is the weird thing about the colony. You know, it seems like for some people, it's a retirement community where they never want to leave and would never try to escape.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then for others, I think if you go to the colony before your retirement age, it's a really tough place. But if you're
You're ready to be retired.
But yeah, if you're like over 60, then like why not stay there?
They eat well. They're probably getting really
they've got
nice
that
dinner.
pool.
They got a pool. They got drinks. They're
The weather
right.
seems great.
Permanent Club Med. Now, let me talk about one thing before we got to wrap it up, but one thing that we got to talk about when the Coliseum is exploding. The baby, Dennis Rodman, and Jean-Claude Van Damme are all saved by a Coke machine.
Yes.
Several.
They hide behind a Coke machine.
It's the
It's the-
original. Yeah, you're gonna say it's the original nuking the fridge.
Exactly. It's the same
that's
move
yeah.
as Indiana Jones
Yeah.
and the Crystal Skull getting, yeah.
It was the. I was just like, this is so crazy. And here's something else. The baby's not crying. I gotta tell
Never.
you, I have 3 kids. If I take a shit too loud, the baby's cries. You know, it's just like that baby would be crying,
Hey,
and
man,
you'd be like,
you got to quiet the shits
"Oh
down.
man, it's crazy."
They take a Moses
I
like
take a gyro poop.
Is it the noise you're making with your mouth or with your ass that's so loud?
It's really both. I'm trying to harmonize. But it really, like a kid, I do have to pee sitting down or I'm going to wake my baby. And it's so annoying. And this baby is just like so mellow as flames, hot. I mean, it's
the
just,
baby was shoved inside a brick wall at
Yeah.
one point.
And the tiger almost eats the baby at one point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Van Damme karate kicks that tiger. That looked pretty good, actually.
That was amazing. But by the way, this is the movie that I always want to see. Tigers have been kicked. People have been shot in the back. Children are assassinated. I mean, there was nobody on set going, maybe we should hold off on shooting the women. We shouldn't kill the kids. This is crazy.
I'll tell you what, when the tiger tipped off Mickey Rourke as to the location of Van Damme, that's when I was like, this movie is on a whole other level.
Listen to this Mickey Rourke monologue.
I'm going to give you a chance to save your son. If you live today, you'll get to know your son. And if you don't, I'll raise him as my own. You know, men are strong, Jack. But the tiger is stronger.
I mean, that's basically his Oscar moment in many respects.
His
Mickey-
Oscar moment during the point of his career when he has to be in movies like this.
yeah. Well, you know what? I got to say, when he realizes he's standing on that mine and he starts to like cry, like he actually is playing that scene really well.
Yes,
like his
I
face,
agree.
Yes.
he's really doing it. And you know, like Mickey's like, yeah, I'm doing this stupid movie. I just got to do it for money and I'm whatever. And it's just like, but he's also trying. He's trying
Yeah.
to work.
Oh,
By the
yeah.
way, he did do a serious martial arts regimen to have the physical appearance in the film in preparation for the fight.
Oh, I don't doubt it. He looked
It looks
great.
Obviously, we had opinions about this movie, but there are other people who thought differently. So now it's time for Second Opinions.
Second opinions.
That's right. These are 5-star reviews cold from Amazon. 5-star reviews of Double Team. Now, very rarely do we run into this problem where there are not many. There were only 4. And I picked the best 2 because even the 4 weren't even that good. I'll read the first one to you guys. This is from a review just by a customer. That's what happens when people don't put their full name in. I've seen most action films made in Hollywood since '80. but I've never seen one like this before. This film is an incredible miracle work. Intriguing plot, beautiful fight scenes, various camera works. Whether you're an action fan or not, you have to see this movie. I give it a 6 out of 5. The first time we've had a 6 out of 5.
Wow.
Well, it seems to work for that movie that is 6 out of 5 because that makes no sense. So it works perfectly for that movie.
What does various camera works mean?
I think that the fact that they loaded the camera correctly, maybe.
They had very various camera angles. That's it. And I also like that he's seen most action films since 80. This is the one that it goes down in, to me, the history of the most confounding 5-star review. Now that was a 6-star review. This is a 5-star review from April 11th, 1999. So it was not made recently. Yes, it was very nice and cool. But my parents... I gotta read it again, sorry. Yes, it was very nice and cool. But my parents have a small house in the country. My dog has never seen to England. And I like videos and music. See you on Monday. Yours sincerely, John Romansky.
Wow, he's not even talking about the movie.
5-star review for Double Team. What has happened that this happened?
It's almost like he accidentally responded to an email or a Facebook post and in an Amazon review.
And it made him, yes, it was very nice and cool, but my parents have a small house in the country. My dog has never seen to England. I like videos and music. What does this mean? Well, I don't even understand.
He had like a couple websites going at the same time, like a couple pages up.
Yeah.
See you on Monday.
It was a cut and paste mistake.
Yeah.
I really feel, or this is the person who wrote the additional dialogue recording for Double Team, you know?
Oh, wow.
This was amazing. I'm very excited that we all got to talk about this. Big thank you to our very special guest, Owen Burke.
Thank you. Can I just say who the big winner is
please.
in Double Team? I wish I thought of this earlier, and maybe, I don't know. The big winner for Double Team for me are the guys who worked in the studio where they did the ADR. Like, the overtime that these guys got.
Well, hey, you know what? We can only see half of his face here. We can put in a whole paragraph right here.
They really did. If you really watch it, there was most of the dialogue is done in ADR. Even when you see their mouths moving, it's all dubbed. Like, these guys had put their kids through college. Their kids got braces. They got summer homes. They got that boat they always wanted, all from the ADR of this movie.
I 100% agree with you, because also, here's the thing. The ADR in this movie is all plot. So I don't know what plot they actually shot. I feel like they just shot set pieces. But that being said, would you recommend this movie? I 100% say rent this. You will enjoy the hell out of it. It's awesome.
It's very watchable and enjoyable, yeah.
It's very fun. It's like, you know that turn in a David Lynch movie where he changes realities? Like in Lost Highway, you're following one group of people, then another. In Mulholland Drive, you're following one group of people, then another. This is like that turn, that split-second turn. That's the whole movie. You're just like, I don't know where I'm going with this.
But you are in for the ride. Thank you, guys. Big thank you to Owen Burke. You can listen to his podcast, Owen and TJ Read the News, right here on Earwolf. It's super hilarious.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm a huge fan of the show, so I really appreciate
Amazing guest.
having me. Thank you.
We can follow you on Twitter at...
Owen Burke. I don't know.
That was it. Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
It's at Owen Burke, right?
Yeah.
Jason, what do you got?
Hashtag
Owen Burke.
Hashtag prematurely gray.
And I'll say it again. Go see Ride Along.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, congratulations. I love
Thanks.
that. Congratulations.
I really enjoyed my my in-theater experience in that. June, what do you got?
My Twitter feed handle is at Miss June Diane.
And you have something on Redbox, don't you?
Oh yeah, Ass Backwards is available on Redbox.
Fantastic movie.
And of course, just another reminder, you can get my comic book, Aliens vs. Parker, at Amazon.com. Just type in Aliens vs. Parker. That's easy. Or my name. You can find it. It's a cool comic book. I think it's funny. People like it. And I think you will too. You can also get it in your local comic book shop. Support independent comic book shops. They're the best. And a big thanks to our engineer, Cody. Thank you very much, Cody. Thank you to all the people that help this show every single week. I'm talking about people like Avril Halley, who pulled all of our clips, Nate Kiley, who does all of our research. I'm talking about Leanna Waldron, who does all of our amazing design. And of course, Katie Dyer, who does our How Did This Get Made social media profiles. Oh my God, she's awesome. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you next time.
Toodaloo.
Bye.
How did this get made?